Brought to you by Penguin.
Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves: The Road to Neverwinter by Jaleigh Johnson. Read by Fred Berman.
To Tim, because ours is a DM and PC love story for the ages. Also, I'm sorry I almost disintegrated your character that one time, and I'm sorry I killed him later. In my defense, I never expected to roll that high. Anyway, love you tons. Prologue. Avert your gaze, foul beast! Edgin shielded his face with his hands. You have no power over me! But no power in Faerun could protect him from the eruption of giggles that followed his pronouncement. Edgin peeked between his fingers. Also a mistake. His daughter, Kira, lay on her bed, a cloud of dark brown curls spread over her pillow, grinning up at him with a light in her eyes that was 1 part adoration and 2 parts mischief. The cutest basilisk. No man alive could be expected to resist the power of that look. Please, Dad. Kira sat up, tugging on his hand to bring him closer to the rickety wooden chair sitting beside the bed. Just one story. Edgin let out a dramatic sigh and sank down onto the chair. All right, 1 story, and then you'll go to sleep within 10 seconds, right? Right. It was never 10 seconds. But Kira was already flopping back down, pulling her checkered quilt up to her chin. A fire burned in the small hearth on the other side of the room, casting everything in warm golden light. Flickering shadows danced on the walls. It was, Edgin had to admit, the perfect atmosphere and the perfect night for a story. Rain clicked softly on the window panes of the small cottage, and a faint rumble of thunder promised a storm sometime in the night, but it was still far off, a distant dragon growling in its sleep. The perfect atmosphere and a rapt audience. Truth was, he lived for nights like this. It hadn't always been this way, and he tried never to take what he had now for granted. All right then, which story is it going to be? He listed them off on his fingers. The harrowing heist of Harkindon, Longsaddle's bungled burglary, the case of the missing Cabochons. Missing because we stole them, Kira said helpfully. Hush you. Edgin put a finger to his lips. Dealer's choice then. What's it going to be? Kira stared up at the beamed ceiling, pretending to think it over. But Edgin knew his daughter. She'd already picked her tale. I want our story, she said. The story of our crew. Because of course she did. It was the longest, most tangled story of them all. But it was also Kira's favorite, and those eyes had him pinned to his chair with their hopeful delight. He was doomed. An origin story it is. He leaned forward in his chair, elbows propped on his knees, and cleared his throat. Then he hesitated, glancing at his daughter, the way her cheek pressed into the pillow as she turned toward him. You know this one starts off sad, he warned her. Are you all right with that? Kira looked thoughtful, and her gaze flicked to the wall above her bed, where a small domino mask with a hairline crack on one side hung in pride of place. A smile spread across her face as she turned back to Edgin. It's all right, she said. There are sad parts, but there are amazing parts too. Just like any good story. Edgin nodded, reaching out to squeeze his daughter's hand. In the land of Faerun, there is a wild, dangerous, and beautiful place called the Sword Coast, he began.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?